guys are watching, joining us, thank you so much. We are looking at a protest. This is the Dakota Pipeline Access protest. It's going on downtown Los Angeles. Right now, this group is at the corner of 8th and Flower, downtown Los Angeles. Peaceful group for the most part. They've been walking on the sidewalks. I know right now they're not, but they were on sidewalks earlier on. About 100 protesters out there. They were earlier on making they had a drum circle going, and they were walking hand in hand in circles right over the 110 freeway on Wilshire Boulevard. Not really creating too much of a traffic nightmare out here in the Los Angeles area. LAPD is on scene. They are diverting traffic when they can from the crowds to keep from the gridlock from happening, and of course to keep the protesters safe. Right now, though, they seem to be setting up another drum circle out here. This is downtown Los Angeles at the intersection of 8th and Flower. It is a protest, again, against the pipeline that's being built, the Dakota Access Pipeline. They were going to do a protest in front of the Army Corps of Engineers building out here, but for some reason they decided to wander off, and they've been in the streets down here in the downtown Los Angeles area now for probably about a good 30-40 minutes that we know of. It might have been going on for a little bit longer than that. Right now, though, the group is taking up residence down here at the intersection of 8th and Flower. You can see one bus being right there in the corner. A little bit of traffic that worked their way up right behind it. Well, maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's starting to build up here. Now, they were on the sidewalks. They were on the move. They did come to a stop right there at that intersection. I have a feeling LAPD is going to work their way over here. Right now, a peaceful protest blocking some traffic out here downtown Los Angeles. They are protesting the continuation of the Dakota Access Pipeline right now, and you can see about 100 people out here downtown Los Angeles. A little bit of an altercation with one of the drivers there. This happening in downtown Los Angeles. Protest for the Dakota Access Pipeline Access. I actually was going to say that the crowd seemed to have become a little bit more concerned about the traffic, maybe perhaps even allowing the cars to pass. They opened up a little opening right there and allowed some of the cars to go through, but then decided to stop some of the cars. Obviously, it's not, the entire group that's making that happen. One or two people blocking the roadway. Right now, though, the group seems to have decided to move on. They are out of that intersection. They're continuing down a Flower. This is going to be a southbound direction. In the past, they've been hanging out in the Pershing Square area. If you are familiar, if you're in LA, you're going to know exactly where that is. If not, it's basically just a park in the middle of downtown Los Angeles. A lot of political things happen in that area at that park. They're not heading that direction right now. They may make the turn. That's the reason that I thought they were heading that way. Right now, though, they're moving away from that actual park, making their way southbound out here on Flower this evening. So we're going to keep an eye on it. I'll turn my mic on every now and then when something is happening that's worth making worth talking about. I'm just downtown area. We get it's odd, but I guess it's because of our altitude. We get sketchy internet service. So just kind of perusing the comments out here, and basically it's a protest. About 100 people. They are protesting the Dakota Access, the pipeline access. They had stopped it, then it started again, and then they stopped it again. Army Corps of Engineers are helping, or the ones that are in charge of the building of that pipeline. Right now, the talk was originally, and I got this from our assignment desk, that they were going to protest in front of the Army Corps of Engineers building, but apparently that did not happen. They were on Wilshire Boulevard earlier on. That's where we got overhead, and we saw them. They had their drum circle going. They were, yes, they are disrupting traffic. There's no doubt about that. But pretty much a peaceful group other than just some traffic violations. Right now, though, LAPD aware of the situation. They're working their way down Flower, stopping once again. You can see one of the officers from LAPD, their car right there on the top. Other ones are making their way over there. You got some bicycle officers perhaps joining it as well. Basically, when the officers get around them, they tell them that they need to get up on sidewalks, and they do. For the most part, what we have seen, they do get up on the sidewalk for a short amount of time. But, a number of people like this, it's a crowd. And it does spill into the streets. Right now, though, this is a little bit different. Seems like they are just walking right in the middle of the street. Officers from LAPD are here, keeping the group safe and also diverting traffic when they can. Right now, they've turned around. They're walking northbound on Flower. Again, earlier on, this group has been going to the Pershing Square area quite regularly. They might be making their way back to that direction right now. We're just keeping an eye on it. If anything interesting happens, I'll pop my mic back on. We can talk about it. I try to read your comments, good, bad, and ugly, whatever you feel about writing. I always enjoy the openness of the internet. But right now, we are just spectators watching this group of people, about 100 of them, protesting this evening downtown Los Angeles, now walking northbound on Flower back over to 8th or 9th Street where they were earlier on. And moving the CBS helicopter around a little bit to get a better shot of what is going on out here. This group walking down. We lost them. They must have turned down another street. So one more south. We're looking for them right now. This might be this. There they are, apparently, or that's what I'm being told. I think we're too close. Oh, there they are. And you can see the traffic. This is going to be 8th Street, downtown Los Angeles area. How the photogs in New York do this all the time. Amazes me. Those guys are pros. Shooting between buildings is a difficult task indeed. Just letting you guys know, if you're watching and you are interested in this protest and keeping an eye on it, whatever your interest is. Right now, I'm just letting you know, if we cut this short, it is because of what you're seeing right there. We have a lot of haze. We have a cloud layer making their way into the downtown Los Angeles area right now, and when that cloud layer becomes too thick, it be not just obstructing the view, also it's going to make it impossible, or not impossible, but unsafe for the helicopter to be flying over it, so we're going to have to move off. But right now, that group was walking down 8th Street. I'd venture to say that this is Figueroa, making a northbound turn on Figueroa. And the march is slowing again. Maybe they're not going to make the turn, but we're going to move the helicopter at any rate because it is getting a little foggy right here, or cloudy right here. It's obstructing our view. This group that is protesting the continuation of the Dakota Access Pipeline, about 100 or so people, pretty much peaceful. They are disrupting traffic. LAPD aware of the situation. They are in the area, and we're watching as the group now walking northbound on Figueroa this evening, protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline. And the protest continuing along northbound Figueroa. Walking in the middle of the street out here, you can see the progression of that crowd, about 100 people or so, making their way north into the downtown Los Angeles area. So far it's been a very peaceful protest, and It has just been walking along, being a little disruptive to some of the traffic in the area, but it's been, for the most part, brief. We have actually seen him in a couple of intersections for a couple of moments. Just watching, just reporting what we see. Right now, you can see that this large group working their way northbound out here on Figueroa. Gives you an idea about traffic speeds out here in the downtown area as well. Actually was catching up to some of those cars as they're walking their way northbound. I got to work with Jason. We got to move a little to the right, I think, if we can. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. And well, you know, what you're actually hearing right there is, you know, we're in the back. I'm in the back of the helicopter. Jason's my pilot this evening. You know, we're moving around a little bit. There's other aircraft out here, and we also have weather moving in, meaning some cloud layers, some very thick cloud cover moving its way across the downtown Los Angeles area. So far, it's, you know, this crowd has stayed ahead of that, so we were able to stay over above and keep an eye on what's going on. Right now, though, the crowd walking still northbound along Figueroa, working our way basically out towards the streets where we see a lot of the city buildings. Don't know if they have an actual location or a destination where they're going. Earlier on, we heard that they were planning to protest in front of the Army Corps of Engineers building, and they didn't for some reason. Okay, we're making a turn. We're heading out towards the west now. This one, I got to do some counting here to figure out what street this is, but I can tell you there is an on-ramp for the freeway on this one. No, it's not. It's the one over. So, you know, they're not worried about them, or, you know, I'm sure it is something that they're thinking about. They don't want these protesters to walk onto the freeway. That would be a big, giant no-no. Right now, though, they're just walking across the road right there. They're making a westbound turn. It's going to put us into some clouds in the area this evening. If it gets too thick, we're going to have to pull off. It is not that we don't want to cover it. It's just that we will be unable to cover it. Peaceful crowd this evening, walking between cars and traffic out here. You can see some people not wanting to deal with the crowds, making U-turns, trying to get away from these people as they're walking down the streets. We haven't seen much of, you know, anything too, I'm doing the air quotes, you can't see me, too violent. They're just walking, carrying their signs. They have their drum circle, just trying to get their point of view out or their word out this evening. Right now, though, they're not walking into oncoming traffic, which is a big plus. Right now, just walking along. They're going to be getting to the 110 freeway here momentarily. Earlier on, they were on Wilshire Boulevard, and they were out on one of these overpasses. And, you know, maybe it's a spot where they think that they can get their signs out. People on the freeway will be able to read it. God knows it's Los Angeles, and traffic moves very slowly, especially in the downtown area this time of night. So I'm sure they will have a few moments to read those signs if they have them over the freeway embankment. Right now, though, it continues to move very slowly out here. Large group, about 100 or so. They're doing peaceful protest about the Dakota Access Pipeline. They're basically, I guess they're getting ready to start building it again, and this group protesting that, and they're walking and protesting every now and then, taking up an intersection or two, stopping traffic this evening in the downtown Los Angeles area. And I was just told that this is Wilshire Boulevard. We are back on Wilshire Boulevard. This is kind of the area where it started, or where we pulled up over it, where we first saw it. We heard the officers talking about the crowd blocking traffic lanes out here. Right now, though, they're taking up their positions on a sidewalk once again. This group out here trying to get their point across, show that their unhappiness about the Dakota Access Pipeline. Right now, though, on sidewalks once again, not walking into any oncoming traffic, and We do see one or two organizers down there with bullhorns, obviously talking, talking about whatever the points, talking points that they have. We also saw a drum circle earlier on. Most of the signs not, let's just say, nothing that we couldn't put on the air. So it's, for the most part, pretty reasonable group as far as I can see. I don't want to make opinions. I'm just calling it as I see it this evening. Crowd right now on the sidewalk. 110 freeway near Wilshire. This is going to be Wilshire Boulevard. LAPD here on scene once again. They're going to be basically traffic control is what these guys, these officers are going to be doing. Crowd right now on the sidewalk once again. We're going to keep an eye on it. Anything changes, we'll let you know.